Welcome back to the Reset, episode 11 with me, Sean Tucker. Today is all about hustle versus sustainability. What do you mean by that? What do I mean by that? Okay, so for many of you, you're probably listening here and you're thinking, well, we've all got to hustle to meet our goals, right? And partly that is true. But what if you burned out from trying to reach? What if you fell sick, which is a sign of burnout? This is why the model doesn't necessarily work all the time. And on the counterintuitive side, on the other hand, sustainability and let's say going with ease and flow, instead of following the hustle kind of grinded out culture and finding something that is sort of relaxed and goes with the flow, you intuitively listening to what you need to do next. I think there really is a balance, because one cannot simply meditate and just manifest a life that they really want. You have to align physical actions with the things that you want. You have to first dream it in your head and understand that this is what you really want. Because Rumi once said that what you are seeking is seeking you. And that just means that you have to get out of the way of achieving your own dreams. So all of the things you feel like you're not worthy of, the parts of your shadow that feel undeserving, all of those things, all of those triumphs and tests that you've gone through, letting down the walls for it to happen, aka going with ease and flow, versus trying to force an outcome that may not even be for you. This is the difference. This is what we're talking about here. So what does it mean to really hustle and grind? For me, it's about finding the true mission, finding the purpose, the why, right? And working towards what it is that you want in a fashion that is sustainable, in a fashion that when I'm working, I'm focused. I'm not just spending hours at a computer working on something. I have a set frame on what I need to achieve in that particular time frame, and I do my best to achieve it. I reach for the targets, and if I don't reach them, that's okay. I stop. Sometimes I find that I do the opposite, which is kind of counterintuitive to what I just said. But we have to realize that we are human, right? Being human means that we don't have always just one truth. We kind of follow two truths, or we're able to hold two truths at the same time. Meaning, I'm not finished until the work is done, or I can rest before the work is even finished. I know where I sit. I know where I feel best when it comes to being able to be restful and enjoy the process. And that is when it's not coming from a place of just purely forcing myself to grind it out, to get the job done because that's what someone said. It has to come from that place deep within yourself, within your own alignment. Because if it doesn't, well, the definition of success that you're chasing is not yours. And in many cases, it's probably coming from a place of ego and insecurity. You feel like somewhere you're chasing some sort of external validation, or that you're not good enough, so you want to prove something to someone, whether it's yourself, whether it's someone outside of yourself, whether it's, I don't know, whether it's innate. It could be innate. It could have been passed on from, the generations before. But I guess the key is to understand that if your belief doesn't come from you, why are you still believing it? You are the creator. You are the maker of your own reality. So sit back, relax, work with focus, because time and energy towards 10 different things at one time just means that you're probably spending too much time in here. Time and energy focused on one point. Wow, that's transformation, because you will get through so much and get so many things done by simply allowing that focus to happen. So hustling and grinding versus finding something that's sustainable for you, you won't know until you've done some work. You won't know until you've tried both. You won't know what works for you until you've tried all options. But the thing I want to encourage here and invite you to do is actually just listen to one person at a time. Down who it is you're listening to. Then you start trusting your own inner guidance. If you're taking the input from like 5, 10, 15, 20 different people, because everyone's an expert online, right? There are so-called claimed experts in every single different field that you could probably ever think of. So reducing the inputs of what it's taking to create different beliefs around different systems, around how you should do something. Block out the noise and focus on maybe just one person, especially if that person has the cake, right? Has the proof in the pudding, has the social proof to back up what it is that they're trying to say that they can help you on. That's probably one of the missing points that I see a lot of people really struggle with, is that they're listening to too many people. None of it's wrong. But if you're not consistently following something that does work for someone, and you're trying to mold and interfere by entering another input into that place, it's like if you have an audio amplifier and you have your phone plugged in as one source, you have your computer plugged in as another source, you have your DVD player plugged in as another source. There's a reason why when you tune in with that amplifier, you can only select one source. Because what if you played all the sources at once? You've probably been to a place where maybe just a cafe, or I don't know, a shopping mall where there's like lots and lots of noise happening. There's lots and lots of different conversations happening. There's noises going on over here. There's noises going on over there. If you're unable to block out the noise, you can't actually hear what the other person is saying. You can't even hear your own thoughts clearly. Sometimes those things are great little distractions to, let's say, refocus your attention. But if you're trying to split your attention and focus to hear everything that's happening, you'll go insane. You'll go insane and be very confused. I know, because I was that person. I'm still coming out of that, being that person. Because we have different levels of trust with different people. And there's different experts based on different fields for different people. So tune in to finding your own expression of what success is. You first need to tune into yourself. You first need to have enough evidence to know what works for you, which is why taking action in a massive sense, quote Tony Robbins, take massive action, it works. Because it's not to say that that path in which you're taking action is going to work. No, it's about understanding that this takes reps. This takes many, many different variations of doing something very similar. You know, how many different exercises I can do for my chest to grow my chest muscles. You know, there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, if not more, right? Hundreds of thousands of different variations, different regressions, different progressions, things to make it harder, things to make it easier, things to make it more focused on one particular point, right? So there's a lot of different inputs I can change and vary based on what it is that I'm trying to achieve. But I don't know what works until I start doing something. So if you found today valuable, I encourage you to just bring and share it with one person today. Because that's how this podcast grows, is just through organic reach. So if it's helped impact your mindset, your life in some sort of way, shape, or form, please just share it with one person. And once again, if you have any questions about what I've talked about today, especially when it comes to hustle and grind culture, if you're not about that, if you're for that, love to have a discussion with you. Or if you're trying to find a sustainable solution where you don't keep burning yourself out, send me a DM. Let's have a chat. Yeah, I'd love to see how I can help you. Anyways, have an awesome week, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in.